The rain stopped falling. It's sparkling and shining, so bright and shiny that I squinted my eyes. Hey, I really don't understand. I'm really happy, but I also really want to cry. Why do I want to? The rainbow colored clouds, the birds flying away, the numbers following behind you, no matter where you may go. I'm singing a little song as if I'm whispering a melody that I don't know even till now. La 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 la, la 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 la. The deep blue sky melts away into your smile, and it's just so wonderful. The rolling sun comes over and calling out. It's clear and here is I, exactly right for you. My heart suddenly exploding with emotion for you. Time stopped in an instant and never again.
All right, welcome, and this is Doinaka, or the long-ass title in English. Is a sex-obsessed brother in the country and his traditional sickly sister. We'll just keep it as Doinaka Kyodai. Anyway, this is the trial version. I am randomly checking this out. So let's get started. I entered the sick room I've been regularly coming to ever since I was little.
兄様
I wanted to see you, Asumi. The girl hospitalized here was Asumi, my imoto.
私も会いたかったです
You're always so adorable, Asumi. I placed my hand on Asumi's head, gently patting and stroking her hair like I always did.
もう兄様
She was weak. She was a weak, frail thing. But like a briefly blooming flower, her fragility only made her more beautiful. She was the most precious, lovable, and deserving of protection being in the world. I guess this was MLT. I was like, this is not a naturally flowing sentence, but okay, I'll just continue, man. It would be no exaggerating to say that I had felt that way since I first met her on the day of her birth. The first time I laid eyes on her, cradled in our mother's arms. Yeah, this is the sheet translation,
こ
guys.
の子があなたの妹よ
Mom had turned Asu, what? Still bundled up in her grasp, towards me as I came to visit her after the delivery was complete. I guess the guy's trying to say, anyway, we'll go through this. This is a trial version. Maybe someday someone will kind of clean up on this. I had timidly reached my hand out to the baby. She in turn had clutched my finger with her tiny weak hands. In that instant, the fears I'd been harboring that my mother might be taken from me were dispelled. Okay, so understandable. I immediately understood that I had to love and protect that little girl for as long as I lived and with everything I had. I did not want to be parted from the lovely, delicate girl ever again, not even for a moment.
ずっと一緒にいてあげてねお兄ちゃん
My mother said, having surmised my thoughts, I nodded, fervently agreeing. Up until today, though, It had been a while since I was able to spend much time together with my Imoto. Shortly after her birth, Asumi was diagnosed with a severe case of asthma and has been hospitalized ever since. As the infirmary was a little ways away from home, I've been unable to visit her frequently as a kid. Now, with Okasa having passed away and the whereabouts of our Otosan long since unknown. Oh shit, man! He went to buy some cigarettes and get some milk. Fuck! It had fallen on me to promptly find work. Employment kept me so busy that opportunities to see Asumi's during visiting hours were scarce. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to localize as much as I can. And okay, not localize, more like I'm gonna try to interpret the sentence in my own words because this is not obviously this is not a naturally flowing sentence because you can tell this is machine translated.
お忙しいのに来ていただいてすみません。
Hey now, it's me who ought to be apologizing to you. I'm sorry I can't come by that much.
兄さんも
If it were to me, I'll be here every day to see you. Though it had been my Okasa who told me to stay with her forever back then. These days was a sincere desire for me. I'm just gonna interpret it on my own words, okay? A wish where I not be able to grant it would see me befallen with grief and regret of the most indescribable caliber. Yeah.
兄様はいつもそう言いますね。でも私も同じ気持ちですよ。
At least it has voice acting. I'm really happy it does.
起きてから寝るまで兄様と一緒に。
Before she could finish her sentence, a slightly lonesome smile graced her features. That sentiment was bittersweet, but it made me happy to know that Asumi and I shared it. Asumi, let's live together someday in a place where the air is nice and fresh, okay? Nice and clean, okay. I guess it will be nice and clean. Context is this, it'll be the same, I guess.
はい、そうなったら嬉しい。
To live with Asumi in a good place with clean air that wouldn't provoke her asthma. To live together as brother and sister. That was our dream. Achieving it though would require setting aside a huge chunk of money. A change. A huge chunk of cash. You know what? Whatever. The honest truth was that my current job didn't pay all that much. The road ahead was hard. Still, I planned to realize our dream someday no matter what. It'll happen, for sure. Stroking Asumi's head again, I made a silent bow that it would. One day, our long-absent father passed away. Well, I guess while getting the milk and cigarettes, okay? To my disbelief, it turned out that we were bequeathed with a fairly large inheritance. He really did. Well, he went out to get some milk and cigarettes, so I'm sure he had a lot of cash. There was, however, one condition attached to the receipt. There was one condition attached to it. It was my father's dying wish that I look after Asumi for as long as they live. Why did he randomly disappear? Then he actually cares about them, and I'm confused. But let's not think about it. I always thought he was an awful father, but knowing he had been thinking about his poor sickly daughter caused me to reconsider a little. Only a little. At any rate, having received the funds, the first steps toward my dream plan to live together with Asumi were put into motion. A lawyer who had been close friends with our father was granted our guardianship and put in charge of an inheritance. We began our discussions without delay. At first, the lawyer was reluctant to authorize Asumi's discharge from the hospital so that I could look after her as per instructions of Dad's will. Eventually, though, he agreed to cooperate on the condition Asumi could lead a healthy life, from which the conversation went on without a hitch. I quit my job and finally moved to the house I've been living in with my Imoto. Alright, guys. Maybe one day we'll localize this shit. But, That's not today. It was a home tucked away in the quiet outskirts of an already isolated village deep in the mountains. Ain't that convenient? An old, worn out Japanese style residence. It was our utopia. It was our paradise. It was our. Let's keep it as is. Oh, it's the opening song again. It's a Japanese version of the same song. By the way, I hope the story's good because I mostly follow this because I know I really like the artist. Their art is so good. I like the artist's art. You know. Anyway, nothing but clear blue sky and greenery, though, through which it peeked, partially obscured, was visible from our secluded home. I don't know how to simplify this, but well, okay. We left the hospital late at night, and in full of excitement, came here aboard through the evening train. I took a deep breath. The air was clean and refreshing, nothing like that of the city. You should be able to take your mask off now. Asami nodded in agreement and cautiously removed her medical mask. Look at this art style. Look at this art. I really like this art style, man. That's because I really like the art. I really follow this for the artists. I'm hoping the story is also equally as good. I did read the previous work of the creator. It was okay. I liked it. Anyway, she really did have an adorable mouth. My heart was stolen all over again by the sight of her lovely features in this new scenery. That's right. Take a deep breath. Just like that. I'll watch over her breathing. Inhaler at the ready in case her asthma flared up. After several deep breaths, Asami's face suddenly flashed with surprise. I was just about to call her out to her in a panic when I noticed that her eyes had lit up. I was about to call out to her in a panic when I noticed her eyes had lit up. What? Okay, that does it make sense in the context, or maybe I'm forgetting? You know what? Never mind. A heartfelt smile, the likes of which I haven't once seen since the day of her hospitalization, crossed Asami's face. Naturally, the sight brought a smile onto my own face. Hell yeah, Asami, that's incredible. Hell yeah, Asami, that's incredible.
やりました。これで兄様と一緒にここで暮らせるんですよね。
It sure does. As I answered, Azumi's expression changed. It looked like she could burst into tears at any moment. Give me a second. Give me a second. Sorry, Matt. Okay, let's go.
よかった私すごく心配してましたもし発作が出たら兄様と一緒にいられないんじゃないかって
Asumi. I've been able to tell that she was anxious, but I thought it had to do with us starting a new life. With her starting her new life. I think it's more of she's worried about both of them, but okay. I don't understand Japanese, so I'm trying to contextualize things on headcanon. So maybe someone who actually knows knows Japanese would actually translate this better. I should have thought to tell her that even if this particular place didn't work out, I would never have given up on living together with her. There's no need to worry. From now on, I'll always be with you. I won't let you worry anymore. I told her as much while holding her hands in my own. This time, she really did begin to cry. I knew, though, that these were tears of joy straight from Asumi's heart.
兄様私嬉しいです
She squeezed my hand tightly as she spoke, matching my grip. I'm really happy too. With our hands joined, we looked at each other's eyes. At long last, happiness was within our grasp. They need to fix the way the audio mixing here. I turned around, searching for the source of the words, which were joined with the sound of clapping and found a small girl.
これでエンディングかい
Who's this?
あかわいい
What is going on, guys? I don't know, man. Despite having been scared only for a moment, as soon as Asumi noticed that the owner of the mysterious voice was a small girl, she ran right up to her, bent over to her eye level, and began to pat the girl's head.
かわいいかわいい子供扱いするな
Oh, she's one of those. Oh, well, I kind of got spoiled while looking at the options. We know this girl is actually a doctor. She's what's the term for that? You know. Anyway, she flung Asumi's hand away as she spoke.
ごめんね子供扱いはダメだよねうん分かればよろしい
Yeah, they should really work on the audio mixing here. It was amusing to see Asumi go back and forth with this kid who didn't want to be seen as a kid, but nobody else was supposed to live around here. Was this kid lost or something? Oh man, but where exactly did it come from? The little girl with her head around to face me. Turned her head, I guess, and immediately began to stare me down with eyes full of suspicion.
何を言ってるんだここで待っていると昨日言ったろ
Huh?
兄様
Wondering what she meant, Asumi looked at me, but I don't recall making any sort of arrangement with a kid. I'm not sure I know what.
おいおい忘れてしまったのかい妹ちゃんの方が病気だと聞いたが君の記憶力もなんだか心配だね
I was starting to get really confused, but the fact that her sentence had some truth in it caught my attention. Did she really already know about Asumi's condition? If so, then... Wait, are you Dr. Ane? Ane Hakase?
よかったよかった人並みの記憶
That,
力
no,
は
I
ありそう
think
だ
that's different.
姉先生って主治医になってくれるっていうことですよね
The lawyer had introduced us to Dr. Anne earlier, saying that she was the physician who would be coming here to check up on Asumi, but Yesterday, when we spoke over the phone, she described herself as a voluptuous female doctor in her 30s. This is a 30-year-old woman. I like that in my life right now, but guys. Oh, shit. Anyway. Voluptuous, huh? Wait, I wanna. Oh no, where's the read back? Where's the read back feature? Oh, this. Oh, there it is. I'm wondering how to. Sorry, I need to do a screenshot. Okay, it took a while before it recognized the scroll button in order for me to do the feedback feature. Are you really Dr. Anne? She delivered the words with a barely concealed pout, and after making her displeasure clear, pulled a business card from her pocket and handed it over to me. A small portrait printed next to her name supported the claim. If indeed the card was real, it would mean that this person must truly be Dr. Anne. Yeah, I think this is just a business card, but it somehow got translated as a resume, which is a huge ass paper. Asumi let out a yelp of surprise as she examined the back of the card. I turned it over in my hands to see it for myself, and sure enough, just as Asumi had said, the back of her card was decked out with information on the Dr. Anna's professional history. Oh, okay. What a resume. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Wow, seems like you're quite the expert, Dr. Anne. Hearing that, Dr. Anne allowed herself a little chuckle. Why did she laugh as if she was like a fucking ocho? What? Anyway. The way Dr. Anne had burst out laughing after praising herself with such a smug, confident expression left Asumi and I at a loss for words. Neither of us quite know how to react. Big question though, is she running competition here? I got interested myself. I thought this was about Onisha Nimoto. What the hell? A competitor just arrived, I think. Wait, question mark? I don't know. We entered the house with Dr. Anne. Even so, Asumi's face betrayed a bewildered curiosity every time she looked at our guest. She still seemed to be struggling to process that Anne really was a doctor. As for I, for that matter. But I decided to leave that thought aside for the time being. I turned my attention to the elderly man sitting next to Dr. Anne. Doinaka-san, thank you again for all your help and grace as Asumi and I start our residence here. Doinaka-san was the landlord of this property, and as such, the man from whom I purchased the home. Now that we've come here and seen an improvement with regards to Asumi's asthma, it had seemed right to thank the man again. Doinaka-san looked around the room, his eyes lingering on the external corridor as though he was searching for something. The external corridor? The hallway? Anyway. Wait, how old is our bro? Is he can he drive a car or some shit? Maybe he does. I mean, the only way he's getting like a full-time job, he at least graduated high school. And he's at least as old drive, I think, maybe. Oh, no. Here we go. Doinaka-san had driven us out here from the nearest train station in his K truck. And just like he said, it was pretty far. This house, isolated from the nearest village, which was already in the boondocks, and then a little further from that, suddenly was in the middle of nowhere and extremely inconvenient. Beyond that, it was clear at a glance that the ailing building would need a little tender loving care here and there. Even so, the basic infrastructure like electrical wiring was obviously inadequate. Still, the air here was clean, fresh and clean. For Asumi and I, nothing else was as important as that.
田中のじいちゃん、そのあたりの事情は私から散々説明したろ。
Is she seriously not competition here? I like that. I've been having trouble figuring out how I'd explain Asumi's condition, but Dr. Ade wedged her way into the conversation before I could find my words.
改めて説明するけど、彼の妹のあすみちゃんはひどい喘息持ちでね。特にノックス系に非常に過敏に反応してしまうんだ。
Nitrogen oxides. To put it simply, exhaust fumes. Ever since her asthma first flared up at a young age, Asumi has been in and out of the hospital to undergo treatment. The doctors have been clearly able to establish the culprit was oversensitivity to nitrogen oxides, but unfortunately, no treatment was able to reduce her symptoms. On the contrary, they seem to worsen over time.
吸い込むと極端な気管支収縮反応で。
I get it. I already get it, Lolly Sensei.
先生の話は相変わらず難しいな。
Tanaka-san put a stop to Doc Ade Sensei's long-winded explanation before he could start, a strange smile crossing his face.
大して難しいことは言ってないだろ。
Wait, up. Alright. I am back. For some reason, my OBS stopped recording. It told me that I ran out of space, and I checked the file system and I have a lot of space. I don't know what happened. Anyway, let's continue. As she spoke, Ade Sensei glanced over at me for support. I saw no reason to make my point with tough to follow logic, though. It was better to just express my feelings. Tanaka-san, I appreciate your concern. Really though, the two of us have no problem with the home, and as a matter of fact, find its surroundings perfectly suitable. I received a reply only a stare from Tanaka-san. He looked me over for a moment before suddenly breaking into laughter.
そうかそうか。そういうことなら、わしは喜んでこの家を譲ろうかの。
Having said that, Tanaka-san slapped his hands on his knees. He used the leverage to stand himself upright.
それじゃ、あとはね先生に任せて、わしはそろそろ帰るとするよ。
Oh, and thank you in advance for delivering our packages here as well. I added that bit hastily in, having nearly forgotten to mention
週
it.
2回、元の物置に日用品や頼まれたものを届けるってことじゃったな。
Oh, okay, so the landlord was willing to help them out. Oh, okay, that's a interesting arrangement, but if it works, I guess. Down at the very bottom of the hill, upon which the house was perched, there was a spot for parking next to a shed that must once have been used for storage. In lieu of a mailbox, we've been given permission to use the shed for receiving mails and packages. As far as the payment goes,
弁護士先生から聞いてるよ。
the lawyer acted as an intermediary on all affairs concerning finances and the management of our inheritance.
毎日畑に出るついでなんだし、お金なんていらないんじゃがの。
Tanaka-san then would receive our correspondence and packages at his own home, then bring them up here for us. It didn't feel right to let him do all that just out of the kindness of his heart, though. Yeah, that's a lot of work. Please, let me compensate you.
しっかりしたお兄ちゃんじゃな。わしの東京の孫とはえらい違いじゃ。そこまで言うなら分かったわい。じゃが、手助けできることがあれば何でも言っておくれな。
He looked at Asumi and I.
二人は新たな孫みたいなもんじゃしな。
おじいさま、ありがとうございます。
Tanaka-san looked at Asumi, who had managed to get her things out in advance on my own, and smiled broadly.
おじいさまなんて言われたのは初めてじゃ。
じっちゃん、本当に可愛い孫ができたな。
わしも張り切って面倒を見させてもらおうかの。
Tanaka-san was grinning ear to ear as he left to head home. It was natural, of course, to react that way after Asumi called him Oji-sama.
まったくあれは何も分かってないぞ。
Ane Sensei shrugged her shoulders as soon as we finish sending Tanaka-san off. Wait, I really want to fix the volume settings. The BGM audio is too strong compared to their voices.
どうだね、この30代の完璧なムチムチボディ。
Alright, Sensei. Anyway.
張り切りすぎてここに軽トラで乗り付けないように念を押しておくが、君も気をつけたまえよ。
Wait, I'm fixing my window a bit. Alright. Haha, yeah.
じゃあ遅れたが妹ちゃんを診察しようか。
Ane Sensei withdrew her stethoscope and began her examination on Asumi.
はい、呼吸して。
Ane Sensei seemed right at home performing the motions we've seen at a dozen other checkups just like this. For the first time, she really did seem like a doctor.
私をそんなに情熱的な目で見てどういうつもりなんだい？
I've been watching her in silence when Ane Sensei suddenly turned around to look back and call me out. Huh? I wasn't looking at you in any particular way, just the regular way. Yo, there's a mouse.
お？なんだい？
Just as I was making my denial, some kind of mouse thing popped its head out from between Ane Sensei's breasts. Alright. It could just be like a power, but okay, whatever. Immediately they began an exchange I couldn't follow.
ちゅ私のムチムチボディに見とれるのは仕方ないって確かにそうだね。
Did Ane Sensei really think her body counted as voluptuous? More importantly, Sensei, that mouse just
ああ、紹介が遅れたね。この子は私の助手のポッチ145世さ。
Ane Sensei spoke while looking at the mouse thing.
わあ、かわいい。よろしくと言っているぞ。よろしくね、ポッチ145世さん。
Assistant? Moreover, the 145th. Bruh, mouse have a really short lifespan. Anyway,
よし、妹ちゃんは問題ないね。
I had been so busy struggling to process everything I barely noticed that Asumi's examination had ended.
では二人ともそこに座りたまえ。
Realizing it was over, I had just begun to stand up when Sensei told us to sit back down again.
ここでの生活を始める前に君たちに話しておくことがある。
Once Asumi and I took our seats side by side, a sudden air of professionalism took over Sensei, as though she was about to speak to us formally.
弁護士、君の後見人から私の役割を聞いてるね。
What? She's playing a special role here? We were told that Ane Sensei would act as Asumi's physician and look after her health, but beyond that, you mean how you'll periodically be checking on Asumi to see if she's able to live that healthy life. Me taking care of my Imoto was mandated by will. It was a condition upon which hinged the reception of our inheritance. In other words, it was a condition for the continuation of this new life we were leading. The ongoing question was to whether I was providing Asumi with the healthy life stipulated by the contract. Asumi had been entrusted with the task of periodically checking in on us and reporting to our guardian. That was what we had been told. I assure you, I intend to put forth every effort to ensure that I am able to give Asumi a healthy life here. After I made my declaration, Asumi Sensei's expression abruptly darkened.
心意気はいいが、どういう意味で言っているのかね。
Oh, well, I'll do what I can to make her asthma a little less.
おいおい、本気で言ってい 私の分野だ。医者でもない君がどうこうできることではないだろう。
Well,
初めだから言っておくが、私は君たち兄弟のここでの生活を 100% 支持してはいない。
I looked at the sensei again, her harsh words having brought me to attention. Her childish face was starting to beginning to look more adult. No, more like an adult's. Somehow, Anna sensei had begun to look her age.
私は医者として設備の整った都会の病院で治療を受け続けるべきだと思っている。だから何かあれば遠慮なく後見人にこの生活を打ち切るよう報告するつもりだよ。
Asami flinched, and I saw her expression stiffen. But, sensei.
まあ最後まで話を聞きたまえ。君たちは幸せになりたくてこの空気のいいど田舎に来たのだろう。それはわかるが、ここで本当に幸せになれるかな。
Just what was Anna sensei trying to say?
そうだな。
Oops. She flicked a switch on the wall, causing a light bulb which hung from the ceiling to turn on. The light cast was dim, and after a moment began to intermittently flicker.
では妹ちゃんに質問だ。この明かりどう思う？風流ですね。いい感性をしているじゃないか。私は嫌いじゃないぞ。ここでその感性を育てたまえ。はい。だがこんなに不安定な明かりじゃさすがに生活しづらいだろう。ここに送られてくる電気が今の家電に耐えうる電圧に届いていないからこうなってしまうんだよ。
So, that's why the light was flickering.
電圧が低すぎる。つまりここでは家電の類は満足に使えないということだ。それだけではないぞ。こんな山奥には携帯の電波も当たり前に届かないし、もちろんネット回線もない。あるのは黒電話くらいかな。とにかくここには現代における幸せの定義の何一つない家なのだよ。
It was more or less the same stuff Doinaka-san had told us.
改めてよく考えてみたまえ。幸せになるためにここに来ているのに、これでは本末転倒だと思わないかい？そしてそんな状態は健康的な生活とは言えない。
Healthy.
健康とは心と体が健やかなことを言う。病気や疾患がないことを言うわけじゃないんだ。
I felt like I understood what Anna sensei was trying to say.
わかったようだね。君がすべきなのはここの生活環境を整えることだ。それができなければ病気とは関係なく健康的ではないと判断してここでの生活を打ち切って病院に戻ってもらう。
To think that the lawyer had meant all this when he used the word healthy. I had thought it would be sufficient to keep Asami in good physical health, but it seems I had been thinking too small.
というわけで私はこれから君たちが健康的な生活をするために課題を出させてもらう。定期検診の時に妹ちゃんの体調を見るのと同時にそれをクリアできているか確認させてもらうから。
Okay, that makes sense. Understood. This was more than we bargained for. Even so, we'll do our best to keep up. I could do anything if it was for Asami.
判断が早くていい返事だ。
When did she have the time to form an expectation of me?
だが初めから無理難題を出すつもりはないよ。まずはこの生活に慣れることからだね。だから1週間後の定期検診はそうだな、 妹ちゃんがここで生活できる体力があるか見させてもらおうか。
Oh, I wonder how we'll raise our stamina then.
体力ですか？生活環境を整えることとは直接関係ないが大前提だろ。私がよしと思える体力があるかどうか、足りないと思うなら何らかの方法で補いたまえ。それがここの生活を続けるための一番初めの課題というわけだ。
I glanced to my side to look at Asumi and saw her making a serious expression. There wasn't a hint of fear on her determined face. Seeing that, I turned back to Sensei and nodded my head in agreement.
さて、君たちは課題をクリアするためにやらなければならないことがいっぱい出てくるだろう。その度にメモにまとめておくといい。ほら、机の上にあるから確認したまえ。チュチュチュ。
Bruh, how am I supposed? I thought it was also translated. Oh shit. We'll figure that out.
私の出した課題、今回は妹ちゃんの体力だが確認できるよう別でメモに書いておくからここを見るように。
Yeah. Hopefully the full game has this translated. I can imagine the whole UI would allow you to understand what's going on. So this is like a whole tutorial thing.
これはもしもの時の話なのだが、決めた定期検診の日に都合が悪くなることもあるだろう。本来は何があっても検診すべきだが、世の中には何が起こるかわからないからね。その時は遠慮なく連絡してくれたまえ。検診日をキャンセルという形にして次の日程を決めよう。課題についても延長したその日までに達成していれば問題ない。不測の事態で即病院に送り返すほど私も鬼ではないからね。だがキャンセルは2度までだ。それ以上はどんな状態でも診察するから覚悟しておきたまえよ。チューチュー。
Well, we'll understand this sometime in the future.
先にしておく話はこのくらいかな。君らが描く幸せな未来はそう簡単なものではない。
I understand.
では1週間後にここで。
Thank you for your service, Sensei.
お願いします。
Once Asumi had spoken, Ana-sensei lifted a hand and began to stand up as she spoke.
チュチュチュ。何？本当は私も2人の幸せを願ってるくせに言い方が厳しい？チュチュチュ。私はツンデレではないよ。
Okay.
これくらい言っておかないと今の若者たちはすぐに楽をしようとするからね。チュチュチュ。それはいい。帰ったら早速実験するとしよう。
What are they gonna test out? Speaking to Pochi the 145th, if that was what she was talking to. All the while, Ana-sensei took her lead. What the heck was that mouse thing anyways?
ポチ145世さんは可愛いです。
Yeah, I guess so, huh? As soon as Asumi thought he was cute, that was fine with me.
先生もちょっと怖いけど可愛いですね。
Huh?
だって小さくて妹みたいじゃないですか。
Oh, this is an immortal VN, right? She could qualify. Anyway. I guess she was a little cute, but nothing compared to my Inoto. Well, if Asumi said she was cute, then I suppose I could agree. Anyways, for the sake of this healthy life, we should probably start with some cleaning, yeah?
私もお手伝いします。
Alright. Full of energy, the two of us got to work cleaning the place. Since Tanaka-san had already gotten the whole house in good shape before our arrival, there wasn't much to do. Moving days are always busy with unpacking, but since I've come this far with nothing more than a travel bag, one cardboard box, and bare essentials for daily life, the whole affair was over pretty quickly. The futon should be good here. The last thing we did was lay out the futon. Once that was done, we quickly found ourselves bored with nothing else and with nothing much to occupy ourselves. Dinner would be soon, but what would we do after that? We would have dinner soon, but what would we do after that? Okay, that's how you rearrange that sentence.
環境を整えるってどうすればいいんでしょうね。
Asami's question was asked suddenly with a hint of unease. I'm starting to think we don't need to worry too much about that.
そうなんですか?
But we just live our lives as we normally would. Things will get easier as we go, right? I was watching you work, and that's what I was thinking.
私ですか?
Asami wasn't quite getting me, so I pointed at the towel storage she had been sorting out earlier. When you were working on that towel storage, you cut up the cardboard box we brought and built a partition, didn't you?
はい。
That's fantastic, Asami. 10 out of 10. I give her a big thumbs up.
兄様、こんなの大したことないです。無意識にやっただけで。
She made it part way through her sentence before perking up with a recognition. That means you don't even have to be aware of it. See, there'll be a bunch of little things that add up bit by bit.
そっか。
Asami seemed to have understood me. That being said, the larger scale tasks will still be things that I would have to do quite consciously. In any case, let's just focus on the sensei's talk orders for this week and think about how we can get ourselves accustomed to life around here.
はい。
With that and in mind, why don't we take a little tour and see what we can see before it gets too dark tonight? We got to it right away and went all around the house together, poking into each nook and cranny.
これに洗濯物を干すんですよね。
We arrived at the garden, and Asami stopped in front of an antique-looking clothesline. Not a lot of houses have one of these in their yards these days. Have you ever seen one before, Asami?
病院の屋上にいっぱいありましたよ。
Right. You could see the roof from your room.
はい。実は洗濯物を干すのに憧れてたんです。
Hanging up your clothes is a pretty unusual thing to yearn for.
あ、違いました。兄様の服を洗濯して干すのをしてみたかったっていう話です。
I pressed my brows. Or, in some translations, they would say they furrow their brows.
兄様?
It was being too freaking cute. Thank you. I can't wait to wear the clothes you washed for me, Asami. Despite me having said that, the washing machine seemed to be out of order. I couldn't get it to work. The long day had started to exhaust Asami. Before she had told me she was tired, I had her rest in the yard while I continued exploring the house a bit. It looks like they have a generator here. Okay. There was more furniture left behind than I expected. It didn't seem like anyone would mind if we just used it as our own. Much of the furnishing was in need of repair here and there, but it was nothing some time and effort couldn't fix. As a matter of fact, until just recently, I've been working at Fix Anything shop as a handyman. Isn't that convenient? Isn't that convenient? Anyway. Shortly after I abandoned my plans of higher education to pursue work, the boss of the company recruited me. Well, you could kind of call it a company, though I was the one and only employee. Showed me the tricks of his trade. He was passionate about repair and taught me how to mend everything from old junk to modern gadgets. Thinking back on it, you might say that experience prepared me for this life. That's very convenient. For example, if I ever wanted to wear the clothes Asami would wash for me, I'd have to eventually get this washing machine in working order. By the time I came back, the sun was beginning to set. Asami was still sitting on the rock where I left her and staring at something as if in a daze. Asami, what are you looking at?
家が綺麗だなって。
I turned to look at the house, joining her. The building stood against the red sky, low rays of sun shining gently upon its roof. Something about the sight set my heart trembling and left me deeply moved.
ここが
Trembling?
私たちの家なんですよね。
Our home. You and I, Asami. As I was speaking, the fact that this was our home struck me, suddenly beginning to feel real. Our dream to live together has finally come true.
不便なこともあるかもだけど、この家きっと大好きになると思います。
I feel the same way. We stayed there silent until the sun had finally disappeared behind the horizon. Our first sunset, watching the house like that with Asami as it went, I'll remember that feeling for the rest of my life. Once we finished eating the box dinner, eating the bento we bought earlier at the train station, we went right to our futons to lie down. As I expected, Asumi had been tired out by all the commotion of the day and probably fell asleep. I watched over her quietly sleeping face as I lay next to her. That alone was happiness.
兄さんも
Sorry, did I wake you up?
いえ、寝てませんよ。寝てしまったら病院に戻ってる気がして。
Don't worry. From here, we'll be here. From now on, we'll be here. We'll be in this home together forever. As I spoke, I gently rubbed Asumi's head.
こんなの夢みたいです。私、兄様の顔を見て毎日眠れたらって。
You just wanted to be able to sleep with me?
いえ、兄様と一緒のものを見て、音を聞いて、一緒に歩いて、一緒に食べて、味わって、一緒に喜んで、一緒なら悲しんだりすることさえ。
As she spoke, Asumi's eyelids gradually grew heavier. You're tired, aren't you? Get some sleep tonight. What's up?
寝る前に兄様におやすみってそれも夢でした。おやすみなさい兄様、大好きです。
And with that, Asumi shuts her eyes. This time, the sleep was real. Daisuki, Asumi. I was watching over her for a while, but tiredness soon claimed me as well, and before long, I was falling asleep. Our momentous first night had ended on a happy note. Morning arrived and I opened my eyes. Asumi's drowsy face seemed to suggest that, as if on cue, she had woken up at just the same time. Her half-awake expression was so lovely. Ohayo, Asumi.
おはようございます、兄様。
Something about our pleasant morning exchange made me giggle.
どうしました？
Go man. I was just thinking about how we start our new life today, and it made me happy.
それははい嬉しいですね。私も笑ってしまいます。
Laughing, we looked into each other's eyes. Alright, starting today, let's do our best to enjoy this new life.
はい兄様。
Alright, gameplay. What do we do? Oh shit. So this is click. How do I save? Okay, let me save data just in case. Check exam summary. Check with doctor. Oh yeah, this needs some fixing. And yes, where's the daily tasking? Okay. Putting up curtains between the futons. -5 HP. Okay. Okay. Depends HP. What's this? Okay, that's the memo. Right. I wish I could use the keyboard. Maybe there is a way to use the keyboard. Okay, it's the directional button. It's not the WASD, the usual WASD buttons I'm used to when I'm playing FPS. So you have to use the actual directional buttons for keyboard. How do I get to that thing over there? Okay, what's this? Repairing the wood fire bat. Unlocks repairing gas heated bat. Taking a bat together. Okay, nice. Let's see what we can do first. I want to explore first before I start doing stuff. This the memo here? Is the memo here? Yeah, let's explore our surroundings first before we do anything here. Replacing the fluorescent lamp. Unlocks ear cleaning and the lap pillow on Ngawa. Let's say Ngawa. Okay, whatever. Unlock installing the electric bidet. Oh, that's important. That's important. That's important for Japanese lifestyle. Relying on the same handheld fan. Is this the same? Yeah, it's the same. Rest to recover HP. Okay, that's important. This. Clearing out the storehouse. Unlocks clearing out storehouse to here too. I don't know what that does. Okay. Slightly increased stamina recovering when resting. Unlocks the old futon tier 1. Okay, this is an old school toilet. Okay, I don't think there's something important over here. Okay. Okay. So there's only a couple of ones we can do right now. Let's review. Cuddling by the hibachi in the sunken heart. Unlocks baking out by the hibachi tier 2. Okay. All right, let's review. We only have 20 HP. Let's maximize the things that add max HP. Replacing the fluorescent lamp apparently adds. It eats a lot of HP. Look at this. You spend like 10 or. So the lowest would be relying on the same handheld fan, clearing out the storehouse. So this will be like 13 HP already. Putting up the curtains between the futons. That doesn't add much happiness. Hanging the futons does barely anything at all. All right. Guess we do. Okay, this increases a lot. Oh wait, no, this eats a lot of HP. Okay, let's go. Lowest. Relying on the same handheld fan does add 4 max HP. Okay, let's do that then. Event start though. Latest event. I followed the path from the house down to the bottom of the hill and found the most recent of Tanaka-san's twice weekly deliveries. I went to pick it up, and by chance happened across the man himself. After saying hello, we made small talk for a little while. Happy to share an unexpected conversation. Tanaka-san had told me about the village shop, a recent view, and various other things I hadn't known about. Apparently today will be a hot one. I share what I heard from Tanaka-san with Asumi as he came back into the house with our delivery.
そうなんですか。
She answered, not sounding too interested. What's up? Do you not mind hot days or something?
小さな頃から適温の病院にいたからですかね。
So she never experienced the pain of living outside.
暑いとか寒いとかあまり辛いと思わないかもしれません。
Is that so? Of course. The hospital's climates would have been completely controlled. On top of that, Asumi wasn't able to go outside for walks. It must have been strange for her to feel the sensation of fluctuating temperature.
でもなんだかちょっと寂しい気もしますね。
Her expression was somewhat listless. It was difficult to explain, but her Inui-tinged expression was charming somehow. I kept the thought to myself. Just like Tanaka-san had said it would. The air grew suddenly hot by noon. Asumi, aren't you too hot? I called out to Asumi, who had been sitting silently since earlier. Oh shit, she does the real... She's feeling the pain of existence. I hate summer, man. Anyway, something seems off. Asumi.
ちょっとだけです。
Hmm?
病院ではあまり季節を感じることができなかったからこういう暑さもいいものですね。
It's not too much for you?
してません。
It's okay, even though there's no breeze or anything. You don't have to stand by what you said this morning, you know. If it's too much, just say so.
無理して暑いです。めちゃくちゃ暑いです。
In a way, I was glad that Asumi could experience real temperature change. I'll give you a little breeze as a reward for being so honest. I withdrew the handheld fan I had been holding behind my back and began to wave it for Asumi. I would rather just use the electric fan, of course, but it was completely broken. I've been thinking about ways to cool us down when I came across this huge handheld fan.
涼しいです。
Asumi narrowed her eyes into an expression of pleasure. Giving her that comfort overwhelmed me with a sudden satisfaction. Was there any happiness greater than this? Surely not.
兄様、今度は私が仰ぐ番です。
I was about to refuse when a thought occurred to me. Would it also make Asumi happy to be able to fan me? I couldn't rob her of this satisfaction. Sure, please do.
は
I handed Asumi the fan, and she immediately held it at the ready.
い、行きますよ。
She lowered the fan slowly, and a gentle room temperature breeze caressed my cheek. In all honesty, it was like being blown with hot air. Even so, any breeze created by Asumi was worth feeling. I tried to make my brain listen to that feeling and ignored the discomfort. She was waving the fan up and down with her whole body.
兄様、うっとりしてます。もっと仰ぎます。1、2、1、2。
What's that sound effect? Anyway, I'm not gonna think about that too hard right now.
1、2、1、2。
Oh no, we got her tired. I can see why her HP's gonna max. It's gonna increase for this activity. In no time at all, fatigue had Asumi breathing heavily. Thanks. I think it's my turn again.
ちょっとしか仰いでないです。
I'm satisfied. It's really no problem.
でも、一人だけ涼しいと悪いって気持ちになりますし。
So that was what she was worried about. You know what? I just had a good idea. I'll fan both of us.
どういうことです？
Like this. Is this how to get limited? Oh yeah, alright. This is CG, man. This is CG. We can use this to cool down both of us, yeah?
それでも兄様だけに仰がせて申し訳ないって思うけど心地よいです。
Asumi sat, enraptured by the feeling of the breeze. Each time I brought the fan down, the wind slightly lifted Asumi's hair, making it dance in the breeze. Seeing it out in the corner of my eye, it felt like I was looking at a piece of art.
兄様の匂いがします。
Huh? Shit. It must have been from repairing the sewage line. Do I smell like sweat?
それはしますよ。
I guess she pondered that aroma, huh? Huh? Her answer caught me off guard. I had assumed that that even if she thought I did, she would deny it.
でもそれが兄様の匂いですからいい匂いって思います。
I'm not gonna say we're in because we've already been ages ago. Fuck this. Asumi started to step me. What the? I felt sort of embarrassed. Isn't this going a little far?
兄様の匂いに包まれてとても幸せです。
With her eyes narrowed in the same expression of pleasure, she seemed to really mean it. As I watched Asumi happily stuffy, I began to feel happy as well. Here, I must retract my previous statement. Earlier, I said there was no greater happiness, but in fact, I had found it. I spent a while like that, enjoying each other's scents in the refreshing breeze of the fan.
兄様、
Asumi broke the silence, her expression suddenly serious.
私分かったような気になってました。
To what?
朝の話です。こんなに暑いのが辛いって思うなんて、あの時の自分の発言が恥ずかしいです。
She meant the way she had said that neither heat nor cold bothered her. That's just life, Asumi. I'd experienced the same kind of embarrassment before, too.
兄様もあるんですか？
Back when I worked at the repair shop, sometimes I'd confidently take on jobs only to find out later that I couldn't get the fix done. I often had to go with the boss and apologize, stuff like
いい
that.
社長さんですね。
He does sound like that way when you only talk about the good parts, I thought to myself. Gave me far more trouble than just that, though. Part of me would have loved for Asumi to meet him someday, but I'd rather he not be. I wonder why. In any case, making mistakes and learning from them is how people mature. I had to remind myself of that, too. I'm still
い
learning.
や、兄様は何でも分かっています。
If that's how Asumi saw it, then it was only because I was always trying to show off to her. I thought as much, but didn't go so far as to say it so out loud. Showing off for their little Emoto was an only chance life work, after all. No breaking what is this word? I don't even know that word. Whatever. If there's anything you don't understand and want to know about, just ask me, okay?
兄様、
I could tell about Asumi's eyes that she trusted me. In that moment, I was glad I kept out my appearances. Alright, he was already tired. Happiness tree. What does this mean? What does this marker mean? Days until exam. Does she want to rest now? It's too early though, but like... What is this? What? Oh, it's because you doing this would automatically put you the lower. Yeah, this is not a good idea. Alright, let's base it on max happiness, lowest curtain between the photons. I can imagine by doing this automatically... What is the second red thing below mean? Well, if she's tired, I guess that means it adds more, you know, it makes you more tired, I guess. Because as the day goes by, you know. Alright. Tired plus 20%. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. That's why it's -8 instead of -6 originally. Let's increase. Yeah, what's up? What does event 8 by 10 mean? I actually don't know. Oh, yes, event. I sat down next to Asumi, who was sitting in the external corridor and staring up in space. We could just say hallway or some shit, maybe.
今日は涼しいですね。寒いくらいです。
Yeah, she's wearing a cardigan. She noticed me, but spoke as if to herself. Yeah, the temperature range is probably more extreme here given the high altitude.
空が近いですもんね。
You think so? I never really thought of it like that. Well, I scooted closer to Asumi and gently put my hand closer to hers, pointing at the sky. It doesn't seem that much closer to me, but I can't really remember what the sky looked like before either.
そうですよね。私は空ばかり見ていたので、つい。
Right. At the hospital, the only view of the sky Asumi had was through the window. Letting her take it in, I sat by her side in the corridor, and the two of us passed the time staring at the sky.
さあ、お茶でも入れますね、兄様。
Asumi said after the sun had set, and we were back inside. We were just like an old couple, I thought. When I thought about how we had sat there that entire time without even speaking, the whole thing became even more amusing.
どうしました？私、何か変なこと言いましたか？
No, you didn't say anything weird. Too embarrassed to say anything about the old married couple impression I've gotten, I got flustered and lost track of my footing. I tripped on the lip of a depression in the floorboards on the tatami mat next to it, in the middle of the room.
大丈夫ですか、兄様？
I'm alright, it's nothing.
よかったです。兄様、ここなんでこうなってるんですかね？
This is sunken heart.
いろり？
Haven't you seen those scenes in period dramas where families gather around and eat from a pan dangling from the ceiling?
鍋。ああ、見たことあります。ということは、ここで火を燃やせるんですか？
If there are ashes spread, yeah, but it looks like they have been removed. Saying that, I lay my hand on the tatami where the shrunken fireplace used to be. It feels like you can remove this tatami mat.
どうなってるんでしょう？
I looked over at Asumi and saw that her eyes were sparkling with curiosity. Wanna look?
興味あります。
Alright, let's open it up.
はい。
It was easy enough to remove, but we didn't find much in the way of ashes underneath it.
これって。
In the middle, however, was a large earthen pot with ashes inside of it. Looks like they left behind a hibachi instead of a regular sunken fireplace stove, huh?
火鉢？
It's basically a stove used for cooking and indoor heating.
私、こんな大きな陶器、初めて見ました。
Alright, before I continue, let me comment that this girl has a lot of nice sprites, man. Nice poses there. And they all look different. And I like that. I like that. And you know they really made an effort here. To Asumi, who had been stuck in the hospital for so long, it was an entirely unknown object. Asumi kept staring at the hibachi with intense interest. The afternoon had been comfortably cool, but come night the temperature dropped further and went from just chilly to cold. From time to time, I caught Asumi wrapping her arms around her body. Right, then. In that case, it was the perfect opportunity. Asumi, since we went through all that trouble to find the hibachi, didn't we try using it?
使い方、わかるんですか？
Asumi-kun, give me a little credit. I'm your handy Oni-chan, remember? Handyman Oni-chan.
いえ、昔のもので今使 と思っていたので。
I see what you mean. This thing doesn't require energy or kerosene, so it's still eco-friendly. A lot of people still use these for that reason.
そうなんですか。
Actually, we used to use one of these in the garage of the repair shop that you worked at.
エコを意識した素敵な職場だったんですね。
Nothing cool about it. They were just stingy with the kerosene. Some things are better left unsaid though. Here, I'll explain how to use it while I get the fire going. There's gotta be one somewhere around here. Just earlier when we removed the tatami mat, there had been a box next to the hibachi. Maybe I'll find what I was looking for inside that box. Yep, just like I expected. There's charcoal in here.
ちっちゃい黒い石ころみたいなのがいっぱいです。
When they're that shape, we call them charcoal brisk. Goods. Brisk, I don't know how to pronounce it, but you know what I mean.
豆丸くて柔らかそうで、まるで食べ物みたいです。
Couldn't have built anything with these, unfortunately. I picked one up and handed it over to Asumi.
あ、本当です。見た目よりもずっと硬い。でも思ってたより軽いです。
The way Asumi's eyes lit up when she looked at something new to her for the first time was so adorable. No matter how many times I saw it, I never got tired of it.
これをどうするんですか？
You light them on fire. To light them, though, you need some ashes. Here, let me show you. And there we go. We got a fire going.
おー。
I didn't do all that great a job. Getting the fire started took for longer than I should have. But somehow, I got a flame going. If it started making too much smoke, I'll put it out right away. But it was probably fine like this.
でもあまりあったかくないですね。
I hadn't quite lived up to Asumi's imagination, it seemed. It takes some time for charcoal to really warm up to the flame. You gotta enjoy the authentic retro experience, you know.
レトロですか。
Okay. She didn't seem all that impressed. In that case, I just need to make the atmosphere even more retro. Wait a moment. I took a blanket from the closet and put it over her head and turned off the lights. Come here, Asumi. Oh shit. This is good. This shit's good. As we watched the crackling fire and gradually reddening of the charcoal, Asumi and I cuddled up close and shared our body heat. Having Asumi right by my side, close enough to hear the beating of her heart and the gentle rhythm of her breathing was the peak of happiness. Asumi gazed at the fire wordlessly. Looking at the fire like this is calming somehow.
はい。すごく綺麗でずっと見ていられます。ずっとこうしてたいです。兄様。
Me too. We stared at the fire again, neither of us speaking. Whether it was day or night, I loved the silent moments like these.
火鉢ってすごいですね。
Asumi said suddenly after a little while.
最初は冷たい印象だったのに、だんだん明るくなって、こんなに離れてるのに火に向いてるところはもう暑いくらい。でも
Asumi scooted over a little, getting even closer to my
背
body.
中に感じる兄様の温かさの方がずっと優しくて心地よいです。
Me too. Between Asumi's slightly raised body temperature, the subtle softness of her hair, and the sweet scent emanating from her, my senses were so taken that I could no longer feel the heat from the
こ
hibachi.
のまま動きたくないです。兄様。
Me
こ
neither.
の時間がずっと続けばいいのにってそう思います。
Me too.
兄様ってばさっきから一言しか発していませんね。
Ahaha. I guess this has me at a loss for words.
でもそれわかります。私も もっと言いたいことあるはずなのに。
Once again, we press the time wordlessly.
兄様、火って綺麗ですね。
Yeah, it really is beautiful.
兄様、寒い夜も素敵ですね。
Yeah, they're great.
兄様、大好きです。
I also feel the same. I suddenly realize. Asumi? I couldn't see Asumi's expression well, since her head was hanging down a little, but it felt like her body temperature has gone up a bit. It wasn't enough to just feel the same. I need to properly express my feelings. Asumi. Daisuki.
兄様、
Asumi lifted her head a little so I could see her expression. She looked like she was about to cry. There were, of course, not tears of sadness.
私、すごく幸せです。
I'm happy too. Yeah, what's it? Having each said so, we looked at each other and smiled. After that, no words between the two of us were needed. Together like that, we happily passed the time until it was time to go to sleep. It's weird that they go through like that kind of situation and then yeah. Anyway, I have to leave, but I'm just gonna pause the recording so everything will be in one single upload. And yeah, I'll be right back. Hopefully, I get to continue when I get back. I'm gonna watch a concert, and hopefully it's not so tiring. Anyway, I'll see you guys when I get back. Yeah. All right, I just got back, and it's like 1:42 a.m. and I'm gonna continue reading this one. All right, we're almost out of HP, so we need some rest. How about we do nothing today and just take it easy?
私もゆっくりしたいと思ってました。
We're practically telepathic. Yes, we really are, Kyodai.
そうですね。
We rested for the remainder of the day, so Asumi's stamina could recover. It's a very slow fade. Oh, she's feeling tired today. So she's gonna eat more. All right. Max happiness. Let's see. Max HP. Max happiness. Prepare the wood fire bat. Minus 15. Public maintenance. Raise the fluorescent light. Yeah, let's go for repair wood fired bat. In the interest of health, I decided to set us up a bat. In this house, there were 2 bathtubs. The previous owner hadn't built 2 out of interest or anything. It just seemed that at some point, one heated by gas had been installed, and the old one heated by firewood had been demolished. Now, according to Tanaka-san, it was only the wood burning bat which was still usable. I wanted to make use of it shortly after moving in, but the smoke didn't go through the chimney properly, instead dispersing itself all over the place, even at times getting into the bathroom. There was no way I could let Asumi get into that bath. In the end, we resorted to wiping ourselves down with boiled water, but I really wish we could take a bath. I want to give Asumi a proper bath.
お風呂？
Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud.
重いですか？
She looked puzzled for a moment before suddenly widening her eyes in shock.
もしかして臭いですか？
Imagine that smell.
お兄様、すみません。
No, no, not at all. No, I think you smell great, Asumi. Trying to avoid a bad misunderstanding, I denied the accusation immediately.
本当ですか？
Sure, of course I do. Now that she mentioned it, though, I could smell myself a little bit. I need to explain myself so she wouldn't get the wrong idea. I want to make you feel good, Asumi. I love how she reacted like that. Shocked again, Asumi took a step back. I really need to explain myself so she wouldn't get the wrong idea. Because taking a bath feels good, right? I want to set up a bath for you so you could get in and feel good. That's what I was trying to say.
そういうことですか。
Sorry, I worded it poorly.
いえ、私も気持ちいいとか言われて変なこと考えてしまいましたし。
Would you care to elucidate that to us, Asumi? Something weird.
あ、
A bit of red seeped into her cheeks. She looked cute when she was embarrassed like this, but I knew I shouldn't pry any further. I needed to be a good Oni-chan and let it be. So anyways, I was just going to say that if we wanted to get in the bath today, I would need to do some maintenance work on it.
メンテナンス？
Oh, he literally said the word maintenance. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't quite call it repair. The chimney probably just needs a good sweep. Tanaka-san had said the bat was in working order, so there was only one reason I could think of that the smoke would flow back down. It must have been soot jamming up the chimney. I went out into the yard to prepare myself for chimney sweeping. Time to commence Operation Chimney Sweep. Corporal Asumi, you're in charge of supporting me. Breathing in soot wasn't likely to cause a strong a reaction as would exhaust fumes, but it could still give Asumi a regular asthma attack. It must have been soot jamming up the chimney.
わかりました。兄様の応援を一生懸命しますね。頑張れ頑張れ兄様。
It was nice to have moral support, but
頑張れ頑張れ兄様。
for a split second I suddenly remembered Noah. Anyway, that was random. I knew I shouldn't complain. I was just happy to have her backing me up. With Asumi's words of encouragement bolstering me from behind, I got to work cleaning up the chimney. Huge amounts of soot were coming out of the chimney. Just as I had expected, its inside was jammed up with the stuff. I could hear Asumi cheering me on in the distance. As her Oni-chan, I had to do my best. Wrestling with the suit, I continued to clean the chimney. Once I was done, I went back to the yard where Asumi was awaiting my return.
兄様、大丈夫ですか？
The sight of me covered in soot must have surprised her. I'm alright. My face just got a little dirty, that's all. I'm gonna go heat up the water now. So go get in, okay?
汚れた兄様が先に入った方が。
I'd just get dirty again starting the fire to heat the bat anyway, so you go on ahead.
でも。
Asumi,
はい。
I want you to get in the bat and feel good. I made a big exaggerated point of it to convince Asumi it was being too reserved for her own good.
兄様はまたそれなんですから。
That's because I was sharing my real feelings. I need that.
わかりました兄様。一番風呂いただきますね。
I put wood into the traditional old-style stove and started heating the bat. Is the temperature all right?
ちょうどいいですよ。
Yo! Anyway, sorry. If it gets too hot, just let me know, okay?
でも兄様に火の番までしてもらって心苦しいです。
Though I could only hear her voice coming out of the bat room, it was obvious from the sound of it that her sorry feeling was genuine. Really, I think it's kind of fun actually, like camping. And the sound of crackling fire has this nice, refined feel to it that I find pleasant.
そうですね。いい音です。
The two of us silently listened to the crackling fire for a while.
兄様、久しぶりのお風呂は本当に素敵で。
That's just what I was hoping to hear. It seemed that Asami was glad to finally enjoy a good bath after. I also had to cut that one. It was a continuation of the previous scene. Oh fuck. Oh well. You know what? I might actually just cut the whole thing. If you're confused, never mind. I had to cut some scenes. Anyway, wow. Bats sure are great, huh? One of civilization's greatest products.
兄様。
Nice. We also have a new sprite. As we said, there when I came out of the bat, as if she had been waiting for me. Yeah, what's up?
これからお風呂に入っていたらきっとああいうこと起きちゃいますよね。
What did she mean by that? By the way, I'm not gonna scroll up. If I decided to keep the previous section, you would know why. If I remove everything in between. So if you scroll back to the previous conversation, you do this and you keep going up, you can see the previous scene. The stuff I needed to cut out. I had to learn it the hard way. Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that out, I guess.
だから気にしないでください。
Something like that. Being my accidental peek at the bat, I assume. If I worried too much, it would bring Asami down, so I decided to keep things light. I'll just count myself lucky for a chance to see some skin. Shit! I was trying to make a joke, but I totally put her off. Go man.
いえ。
How was I supposed to navigate this awkwardness? Well, in any case, I should probably get the gas heated bat working too. With that bat, it wouldn't be necessary for me to stay close while debated, and as such, there would be no chance of another accidental look. I brought it up in an attempt to smooth things over and move on.
私はこの巻き風呂がとても好きですよ。薪で炊くのは兄様が大変かもですが。
Not at all. Like I said earlier, you don't need to worry about that.
だったらガスの方は焦らなくてもいいです。
There was an unusual intensity to her words. Basically, she wanted him to keep peeking on her. Fixing the gas furnace did seem like a difficult job, so I wasn't opposed to putting it off for a while.
兄様、改めて言いますけど、お風呂すごく気持ちよかったです。だから今日は本当にありがとうございました。
We encountered some trouble along the way, but it certainly seemed like it was worth it to get the wood burner up and running. Oh, she's normal. Okay, nice. 4 more days before the next one. Wait, what do we explore? I wonder if things change a little based on... I know it's the demo. It's just a demo, so it's not gonna keep increasing the number of things you can do. Maybe. Oh, the fluorescent lamp. Yeah, I don't know if they'll increase the number of things you can do based on the number of Oh, we haven't done that yet. Electronic bidet. We gotta get in this other bathroom, the squatting style toilet. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna add a new one. I was just inspecting if they had like a new things to do. Oh, what's this? Hidden trail maintenance. Date at the mountain stream. Interesting. What's this? Storehouse? Cleaning at the storehouse. Okay, whatever. See what we can do for now. Replacing fluorescent lamp. Toilet maintenance. Let's do the replace the fluorescent lamp. Asami was there to greet me when I returned from the bottom of the hill to pick up a package that had arrived for us.
あ、蛍光灯届いたんですか？
When our light had slowly burned out a while back, we got in touch with Tanaka-san to request a new one. He wasted no time in getting us a new one. Yeah, maybe he already has some spares lying around.
田中のおじい様には感謝ですね。
Sure is.
兄様、私、田中さんのこと、本当のおじい様って感じていますよ。
When we first met him, I remember thinking that if our real grandparents were picking us up from the station, it would have been just like that. Ever since then, I felt a closeness with him. Huh, is that so? I can't lie. You feeling so close to someone else like that makes me a little jealous.
あくまでおじい様で兄とは思ってませんよ。私の親しみの一番は兄様です。それは変わりません。
The way she frantically waved her hands in protest reassured me it was adorable. I'm just joking. I think of Tanaka-san the same way. It would be really nice if we could get as close to him as a real grandpa, Oji-san. Alright, why don't we get this light on? I opened the package, disposed of the box, and got to work changing the light. Do you like it better, dark, Asami?
どうしてです？
I thought maybe you'd say that it was refined again.
そうですね。兄様と二人でなら暗い部屋でも構いませんけど、風流ではないんじゃないですかね。
I still don't get what she means by that, but okay.
単純に不便だと思います。
Huh, I see. That clears it up. To be honest, I'm still not sure what your elegant, refined taste desire
そんな、
mean.
ただ好き勝手言ってるだけですよ。
Words to live by. Not having a light would be quite a bother, so I think I'll go ahead and change it. As one would expect, the light was a little too high up to reach just by stretching out my arm. If I remember correctly, there should be a step stool in the kitchen. I retrieved the stool and got to work right away, using it to change the light.
兄様、気をつけてくださいね。
Haha, don't worry, I got this. How about we eat something real tasty once I'm done? The moment the word left my mouth, I could sense a flag being set. I very carefully unscrewed the light bulb. Asami.
はい。
I handed the old light bulb over to Asami and traded her for the new one. This should do it. False alarm the flag it seemed. I'd finished installing the new bulb. I was about to step down from the stool when some dust swirled by my nose and made it start to itch. Achoo! The sneeze, twice as big as expected, caught me off guard and I lost my balance. Huh? Lesson: do not carelessly trigger flags. The sound of Asami's voice calling became strangely slow, for all of a sudden I was plunged into darkness. I'm falling from somewhere, falling on and on. The dread of descent is all I can feel. At this rate, I'll probably fall all the way into hell. Those were the thoughts running through my head when I suddenly became aware of something. I was dreaming. Oh! I opened my eyes to see a Tenchi that had rescued me from hell. Asami.
兄様、
Asami.
起きないからどうしようかって。
I must have fallen from the step stool and lost consciousness. I'm sorry I worried you. As I spoke, I realized that my head was laying in Asami's lap.
いえ、兄様が無事に目を覚ましてくれて嬉しいです。
Why is she sweaty? Why is her dress sweaty as well? Anyway, never mind. Yeah, why is it? Yeah, look at the right side near her arm with sweat. Why is her why is her dress? Unless it's her dress is like water resistant and it's her sweat just slid off. You know what? I don't gotta think about this. I'm glad too, Asumi. Then you let me use her lap as a pillow.
ああ、介抱しようと思って。
Well, maybe I'll let you look after me a little while longer then. Asumi placed her hand lovingly on my head as if it were part of the healing process.
兄様はこういう風に膝枕してもらったことってあります？
Just when mom would clean my ears as a kid, I guess.
お母さんに。
Go man, I didn't mean to remind you of Clasan.
そうじゃなくて、私も耳かきしてあげたいなって。
I would really love that, actually.
兄様が急にかっつきました。
Go
いえい
man.
え、嬉しいです。でも、耳かきってどこかにありましたっけ？
Now that you mention it, we have cotton swabs, but I'm not sure we have an ear pick. I guess we'll have to order some and get Tanaka-san to bring him over.
そうですね。ですけど、兄様の耳を見ていたら、今なんかしたくなっちゃいました。綿棒持ってきましょうか。
Wait, can you blow on them inside instead? That's what they do at the salon. What? What?
そういう店？
No, well, there are places where they clean your ears. Oh, maybe he's referring to something else that I'm not even familiar with. What the fuck? I should read up on that.
いいですね。
Oh,
耳かきは人にやってもらった方がいいですよね。
I suppose so. Yeah. If you work in a place like that, I'd go every day, Asumi.
本当ですか？いらっしゃいませ、お客様。
I love when you call me Nii-sama. But hearing you say that also makes my heart race a little.
じゃあ、お客様、耳をフーフーしていいですか？
Please do.
いきますよ。
Oh.
どうですか、お客様。
I'm listening to this in my headphones and I remembered. Oh yeah, some ASMR stuff. I actually do this shit, man. I wish they did ASMR here. Anyway, never mind. It's giving me chills. Having your ears blown on is amazing.
じゃあ、もっとしますね。
You know what? Maybe it is ASMR. I kind of focus on my headphones a little and then realize, yeah. Ah. It's absolutely incredible.
そうか、それはよかったね。
Huh? That voice. Huh? Anna Sensei. I sat up and saw the little doctor standing there.
や
Oh, what are you doing here, Sensei?
あ、心配で先生に連絡したんでした。
I see. Thanks. But you really didn't have to. バッカボン。 Frustrated that the wonderful moment had been interrupted, I let the words slip out. Anna Sensei was clearly not happy to hear them. Who said Hakabon these days?
人が意識を失うというのは異常なことだ。妹ちゃんの判断、素晴らしい。
I was mad to have my lap Hisamakura ear cleaning time cut short. but it made me happy to hear the doctor praise Asumi.
それにしても
Huh?
妹と耳かきメンエスプレイとはなかなかやるね
How much did you see? After that, the sensei gave me a simple medical examination. It seemed that getting knocked out had given me a minor concussion. Sorry, you had to come all the way out here.
私は村医者と言ったろう村人の健康は私の領分さ気にせず連絡したまえ
Saying that, Anna sensei took her leave. After seeing her off, I noticed that I'd gotten real hungry.
余計なことしましたかね
Yeah, I think you did the right thing.
兄様
I'm a little hungry. Why don't we have some lunch?
膝枕は
Well, I'd love to keep going, but maybe later, yeah? Thought of laying back down at her lap made me a little embarrassed, so I politely declined.
あ、そうだ兄様一つ聞きたいのですが
Huh? What is it?
メンエスって何ですか
Huh?
兄様
I'll tell you about it later. I'll really be in the shit if I explain that to Asumi. Having dodged the question, I quickly headed for the kitchen to make my escape. Alright, bro. Whatever you say. Alright, we need to sleep. Let's take a break for today. These kind of days are important too.
よかったちょっと疲れてたので助かります
Asumi rested for the remainder of the day, allowing her stamina to recover. Oh, she's still tired. Ooh, fuck. Those events. Well, maintenance, I guess. The house had two toilets, one out in the yard and one inside. The reason there were two was according to Tanaka-san because one was the remnant of a different structure, though he wasn't sure what. At any rate, the easier one to use was the western-style flushing toilet inside the house. It wasn't in the greatest condition, so I decided to do a little maintenance on it.
よいしょよいしょ
The two of us were mixing water and cement that poured into a bucket.
小さい頃の兄様とした泥遊びを思い出します
Did we ever actually do that? As far as I could remember, Asumi had been holed up in the hospital and unable to play like that.
兄様が土のお団子作ってくれたんです
Asumi was able to play so rarely that every time would have stuck in her memory. Good lord!
どうしました
I can't believe I forgot something so important. Makes me feel like crying.
兄様が血の涙をでも本当に悔しそう
It is frustrating. It's frustrating, but it'll be alright. Because today I get to make memories with you that old time wouldn't even hold a candle to.
はいでこれ何なんですか
Come to think of it, I hadn't properly explained that to her. Ever since we moved here, the inside toilet's water pressure had been a little lacking. In order to find the cause, I opened up the catch basin and found that the cement had deteriorated to the point of nearly crumbling. It had not completely fallen apart, but the state it was in had weakened the water current. A clogging is the worst case scenario wasn't out of the question. As such, I've been using the outside toilet as much as possible, but I recently discovered that there was a cement I could use to fix it out in the storehouse. The cement is for fixing the catch basin.
はあ、排水マスですか。
Explaining it hadn't rung any bells, it seemed. Put simply, the toilet sewer pipe has a hole in it, and I want to use the cement to plug it.
つまりこれから家の方のトイレ使えるんですか？
Yeah, as much as we need to.
やったー。外の和式トイレは少し恥ずかしかったんですよね。
Yeah, you think so? The outdoor toilet was an old school Japanese squatting type, so it was naturally a little embarrassing for people who wasn't accustomed to those. But until the cement dries tomorrow, you'll still have to use the outside one.
兄様、そんなこと言われると逆にしたくなってきて。
If you want to use the inside toilet, you'll have to hold out for just one more day.
そんなの無理です。
Eventually, unable to hold it any longer, Asumi rushed out to the outside toilet in a panic. It was a cute sight. Take your time. You goody. I lined up the 2 balls of mud we made. You made yours so much prettier, Asumi. After fixing the catch basin, each of us had made one nice shining ball of mud using the stream of water. For a time, it had been a really popular activity at school. Perhaps Asumi's memory was of making these back then.
兄様の方が大きいです。
Yeah?
はい、手が大きいからですかね。立派で兄様みたいです。
That's a very interesting way of describing a cement ball, but okay. I mean, compared to a ball of mud.
でも私にとって大きくてピカピカしているのは兄様そのものです。
Being compared to something like mud had me thinking the connotation was negative. But maybe this could be looked at like little alter egos we had created. Well, I think yours is short, small, and beaming, just like you, Asumi. Saying that the 2 of us pushed our little balls of mud close together until they were snug.
この泥団子も兄弟ですね。
Looking at them, the two also got close together until we were snug.
兄様、
Asumi, it was terrible that I had forgotten playing in the mud with her as a kid, but at least I would have made this memory to replace it. The day of Asumi's regularly scheduled examination has arrived. Lego examination. I want to see what happens first. It was time for the examination. Asumi and I nervously awaited Ane-sensei. The clock struck noon as per our appointment. Ane-sensei arrived, mouse-like assistant in tow, to perform the checkup.
やあ、お兄ちゃん、妹ちゃん、元気にしてたかな？
Ane-sensei was in a light-hearted, carefree mood as she waved at us and made her greetings. I'm doing well.
先生、こんにちは。こちらへどうぞ。
Asumi gestured to a stack of 5 or 6 floor cushions on the room's floor, which she must have prepared at some point earlier, and invited Ane-sensei to sit on it.
おべっかを使おうとしても診察は手を抜かないぞ。いやいや、ここまで来てくれた先生をおもてなししたいだけです。目線があって診察しやすいし、まあいいか。
Having said that, Ane-sensei took a seat atop the stack. The image was a little off. She looked like a kid who had been hoisted up into a higher seat for her birthday or something.
なんかバカにされているような。おい、今笑わなかったか？
Yeah, man.
先生、とても可愛いですよ。また子供扱いしてるな。バカにするな。すみません。大体お前たちは私を誰だと思って。
She stopped speaking mid-sentence.
まあいい。
Perhaps realizing that too much protest would have the inverse effect of making her look more childish, Ane-sensei cleared her throat and calmed down for appearance sake.
ほら妹ちゃん、診察するぞ。はい。
Asami resumed an air of nervousness. She had been worried all morning about whether or not the sensei would judge her stamina gain sufficient. It's okay, Asami. After nodding to acknowledge my words of encouragement, Asami stepped toward Ane sensei to volunteer herself for examination.
して
Just like last time, things started off with a throat inspection.
あ
Asami was even cute while getting a checkup.
ーうん喘息の方は問題なさそうだね
With the inspection more or less complete, the sensei shared her conclusions.
では次の診察の課題の話だけど体力の方いいんですか
Asami, disoriented by the doctor's sensei's sudden change of topic, asked for some clarification.
今日まで生活してきて疲れた顔をしてないから大丈夫だよは
Asami had gotten herself all wound up with attention, but the answer had been a bit of an anticlimax. Despite it being good news, her face betrayed a hint of dissatisfaction. Dull enough that nobody but I would notice it, though.
では健康的な生活について本格的に取り組むことにしよう
As you should, but baby steps, right? The key to our happy future is a little bit of improvement each day.
妹ちゃんと一緒だからだろ幸せであることをそこに全て依存するのはどうなんだろうね
Is there something wrong with that?
ダメだ
There were lots of things I wanted to say to the sensei, but her immediate reply had left me at loss for words. I had to persuade her somehow. If I was going to convince her of my opinion, I'd first have to earn her trust. I recalled the words of my old boss back in the repair shop.
これからの生活を考えると一緒にいられるだけの幸せだけじゃダメだもう少しすれば不便さが身に染みてくるはずだからね
She may have a point. What? Just being here together with Asami was itself happiness. No matter how long, no matter what might happen, of that I was sure. Even so, Ane sensei was older and wiser than either of us. Perhaps it was best to take constructive criticism in good faith and try to do as she said. In any case, it wasn't as though we had a choice. So then, what exactly would you like us to do? After I asked, Ane sensei nodded as if to say good question.
それを今から説明するついてきたまえ
Ane sensei stood up and headed outside by the external corridor. After looking at each other for a moment, Asami and I got out to follow her. The three of us walked toward the backyard. Sensei, where are you taking us?
実にここは実験にはいい場所だねチュチュチュ
Ignoring my question, Ane sensei spoke ominously to the mouse thing. Walking along behind her, I started to get a bad feeling about whatever was next.
これだ
Ane sensei was pointing at the generator that had been abandoned behind the house. The generator ran on diesel fuel. Ran on a diesel engine, so using it was of course out of the question. It being
次の課題はこの発電機を動かすことだよ
my bad feeling, it turned out, was right on the money.
電圧も安定して今まで使えなかった家電も使えるようになるだろう
Oh, hold on a moment, Sensei. You know why you can't do that, right? What it means to use that thing. We'd come all the way here, this way for fresh air. If we were careless about preserving it, then all our efforts in getting this far will have been pointless.
分かった上で言っているそれでもこれはいつかは動かさなければならないよ
But then, I began to object, but Ane sensei lifted the hand silently.
君たちが1ヶ月程度の療養のためにここに来たならこんなことは言わないよ
What difference would that make?
今はいいが真夏や真冬になった時どうする田舎の自然は都会ほど甘くないぞ
Her argument was extremely sound. Despite my best efforts, I could think of nothing to say in return.
いいかい現代人である以上一 営みの生活をするためにはどうしてもこれを動かす必要がある。そう、君らの豊かな人生のためにもね。
This is her reasoning, but there was no way I could take that risk. We don't have to do it right now, though.
兄様、
Asumi, having silently listening until now, intervened.
私への気遣いありがとうございます。でも大丈夫ですから。
Asumi,
それに私のために兄様の人生を色あせたものにしたくありません。
though her voice was small, Asumi's words were clear. Hearing them, Anna sensei loudly clapped her hands together.
よく言った。では次までに動かしておくように。
If I kept talking, I might have said something I would regret. I took a breath to calm myself down. It was time to take a step back. More than anything else, I need to prioritize Asumi's feelings. It wasn't okay at all to impose my own will while saying it was for Asumi's sake.
兄様。
Alright, let's do it. I'm up for the challenge.
では一つアドバイスだ。妹ちゃんが今以上十分に体力をつけてから試すように。体力ですか？
Having thought that we were done dealing with questions of strength and stamina, Asumi made a puzzled expression.
妹ちゃん、さっき拍子抜けしたようだけど体力作りは始まったばかりだよ。最後に自分を助けるのはお兄ちゃんではなく自分自身なのだからね。そんなことはありません。兄様はいつだって私を助けてくれます。
Asumi had practically shouted it out. Her passion had seared something in my heart.
いいぞ、素晴らしい。急に笑ってすまない。どうやら無粋なことを言ったようだね。では兄弟仲良く試練を乗り越えたまえ。
Having said that, Anna sensei waved to us once more and started for the exit.
いや
There for the
ー、
exit.
今日も素晴らしい兄弟愛を見られたね。じゃあジョシュ君もそう思うかい？
As always, Anna sensei's incredibly loud laugh could still be heard from quite the distance. For some reason, I felt a little embarrassed.
よかったです。
As soon as Anna sensei's voice was no longer audible, Asumi turned and spoke to me.
診察で不合格じゃなくて安心しました。
Right. Me too. The generator problem was so pressing that they made Anna sensei's examination feel like it was forever ago.
その兄様、お気遣いありがとうございます。すごく嬉しいんですよ。
Don't worry. I'm just happy to see you try your best for me.
兄様。
I leaned over to take a closer look at the generator. It had been abandoned for quite some time, and it was difficult to tell what exactly was broken or not. At any rate, the first order of business is getting this generator going. After that, we could think of what to do next, and
壊れてたら直すの大変なんじゃないですか？
Natsumi asked with worry in her voice. Replacement parts for machines like this are all over the market. There's nothing to worry about. That being said, once the engine was started, it would be running for even longer continuous stretches than a car. It would have to be perfectly maintained to stay functional. I would also need to find a way to reduce the exhaust fumes to a bare minimum. It looked like this would be an ordeal not just for Asumi, but for myself as well. More importantly, we should celebrate you passing your first test today. Setting aside the matter of the generator for now, I congratulated Asumi.
お祝いですか？
Yeah, let's have a grand celebration. Happy times call for the utmost celebration. That's what a healthy life is all about.
楽しそうです。
Alright then, let's prepare. Do our shiawase.
乾杯。
Tier 1. Congratulations. Tier 1 open. Oh, we're still going. Nice. You keep going, guys. I wonder how many tiers this trial is. Interesting. I thought it was done. You know what? If this is gonna still keep going, I'll use this. I need to get some sleep. I'm just gonna continue again tomorrow. I'm just gonna upload this and I'll continue this. Hopefully I get some Mashiro Iro time tomorrow, because I was listening to that opening song a while ago. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and we'll continue this tomorrow. Ciao.